Picture the worst version of an ordinary Tuesday. A 2-minute meeting ends the job you gave 15 years to. A number on a screen wipes out the savings you thought were a wall around your family. A single phone call, and someone you built your life around is simply gone. By any normal accounting, a person should walk out of a day like that in pieces. And yet, there have been people, real ones, with the receipts to prove it, who met exactly that day and walked out steadier than the people delivering the news. Not colder, not numb, steadier. They had been trained for it, the way other people train for a fire. And the man who wrote that training was born with nothing, owned by someone else. And he left us the most useful instructions ever written for the day the floor drops out. It starts with a sentence that sounds almost offensive the first time you hear it. Most of what you call losing, you never actually owned. Here is the sentence. Everything you have, you are holding on loan. The job, the money, the house, your own body, the people asleep under your roof tonight. Every last item came to you on terms, and the terms were never forever. You didn't read them because nobody reads them, but you signed. The man who said this had every reason to be the bitterest person alive. His name was Epictetus, and he was born a slave in the Roman Empire. By one ancient account, his leg was broken in his master's house and set wrong, and he limped the rest of his life. Later, when an emperor threw the philosophers out of Rome, he was exiled too. Owned, injured, banished. If anyone had the right to stand in the street and shout that he'd been robbed, it was this man. He did the opposite. He sat down and worked out, line by line, how to lose things without letting the loss take from you twice. Because that's the part almost everyone misses. When something is taken, there are really two losses, and we feel them as one. The first is the fact. The job is gone, the person is gone, the money is gone. That one is real. It hurts. And no philosophy on earth will talk you out of the hurt. But the second loss is something you do to yourself. The story you wrap around the fact that it was stolen, that you were owed forever, that this should not be happening to someone like you. Epictetus put it in a line that has survived 2,000 years. People are not disturbed by things, but by their judgments about things. The event deals the first wound. The second wound is the one you deal yourself, again and again. And then you call the whole bleeding thing the loss. The art he taught is not about avoiding the first wound. No one can. It's about refusing to deal the second. So he hands you a different word. Never say you've lost anything, he tells his students. Say you've given it back. The line is exact. Never say of anything, I have lost it, but I have given it back. The money has gone back. The person has been returned. The role you played for 15 years, handed back to the desk it was always sitting on. The first time you hear it, it sounds like a word game, the kind of reframe that falls apart the second real pain walks in. It doesn't. Listen to what lost actually does. Lost points a finger. It says, "Someone took this. It was mine. I want it back." And so you spend your strength clenched around a past that has already left the building, demanding a refund from a universe that doesn't keep a complaints desk. Given back lets your hands open. You can grieve with open hands. What you cannot do with open hands is stay robbed. There's a harder thing hiding inside given back. If a thing was given back, then it was never yours to keep. It was lent. And somewhere underneath, you knew that when you took it. Epictetus had a picture for this. Life, he said, is a sea voyage. The ship drops anchor, and you go ashore for water. Maybe you pick up a shell on the beach, or something good to eat. But your eye is meant to stay on the ship, because the captain can call at any moment, and when he calls, you put the shell down and you go. You don't stand on the sand arguing that you weren't finished. Everything you love is a shell you picked up on the shore of a voyage you did not schedule and cannot extend. That isn't a reason to love it less. Bend down, pick the shell up, love the thing all the way to the end of it. Just don't tell yourself the beach was yours. And don't act amazed when the captain, who was always going to call, finally does. Now follow it all the way down, because this is where it stops being comfort and turns into power. If everything that can be taken was only ever on loan, the job, the money, the body, even the people, then none of it was ever the floor you stood on. It was furniture. Good furniture. Furniture you'll mourn. But the repo man can come for all of it on a schedule you don't set. Epictetus draws one hard line through the whole of life. Some things are up to you, and some things are not. Everything on the not up to you side can be handed to you and taken back at will. But on the other side of that line is the only ground that was ever actually yours. What you decide, how you act, who you choose to be while the furniture is carried out the door. A meeting can take the job. It cannot touch how you carry yourself walking out. That part has no resale value to anyone but you, which is exactly why no one can repossess it. When the floor goes, you find out you were never standing on the floor. You were standing on that. One thing before you go, because this gets twisted into something ugly. Losing well does not mean not grieving. The Stoics were not the men with no feelings. They were the men who refused to stack a lie on top of the feeling. Seneca, one of their own, lost a close friend and wept, and wrote the grief down without apology. So if you take one thing from a man who was owned, injured, and exiled, and still would not call himself robbed, let it be this. The next time the floor drops, and it will more than once, you are allowed the full weight of the first wound. Feel every ounce of it. Just don't reach for the second. You didn't lose it. You gave it back. You knew the terms when you picked it up, and the part of you choosing how to stand right now with nothing under your feet, that was the real ground the entire time. That one, no one gets to take. There's a stranger kind of loss than losing what you love. having everything you ever wanted and feeling nothing at all. A man once wrote to Seneca to confess exactly that. Seneca's reply is 2,000 years old and reads like it was written this morning. That's next. I'll see you there.